Big Blue Nation. Big Blue Nation. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. You've arrived at the destination for all things Kentucky. This is the Bleed Blue Network Podcast.
What is going on, Big Blue Nation? Welcome to the first podcast with me and Jeff Bidet. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, bro, man? How's it going, man? I appreciate you reaching out and wanting to start this with me, bro. I'm very grateful, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. This should be really fun. So this is, if you can't tell, this is going to be around probably not just Kentucky football. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of stuff. There's no way in hell, Jeff, you and I are going to get through go talk a show next week with all the games that are going on in college football and probably not talk about that, right? Like, there's just no
bro. Football is here. Like, it's back. Football is back.
Pop whiskey open and just start drinking out of celebrating. It's just
hey, they don't know the collectible items you got in there, bro.
No, they don't. I'm sitting here watching like Tarleton State. I was so football deprived, like it was watching D2. It didn't matter. I was watching, every game. But this is the podcast here is called Huddle Up Kentucky. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about that. It's going to be an interesting. It should be an interesting concept. You got someone like me who's been a Kentucky fan for a long time, goes to a lot of games, done some media stuff. And you got Jeff, who played for the school. He actually played the sport, so I'll probably say some stuff, and he's going to be like, "No, you're a fucking idiot," which will be okay. I will accept that.
Hey. I think it's me personally. I think it's a great thing to have, a fan mindset and also having an athlete mindset. It kind of give you a sense of like seeing like where you guys come from and then kind of see where we come from as well too. Because like I said, fans are entitled to their own opinion. Like they're fans, so there's something that's like you said, you've been a Kentucky fan your whole life. So obviously like, so you don't seen the ups and the downs of the sport. So you're able to speak on it, versus me too, that the guy that actually, that was in the locker room, played it, and went through the ups and downs with that as well. So I think it's a perfect balance, bro. I think it's a perfect balance.
Kind of talking about that, just like quick rip the Band-Aid off of 2024. What might have been something the fans had a misconception of that maybe is a narrative you've seen online that you're like, as a player, someone who's around the program would say, I don't agree with that, and something you say, yeah, the fans were right about?
I would say obviously I'm gonna go on like the whole perspective on Coach Stoops. Me personally, I think Coach Stoops does a wonderful job of preparing the guys for a game, being able to motivate the guys, be able to play the game. But then obviously, the players got to go out there and make plays. Like I'm a big out on like the close games are literally the games that like the coaches prepare the guys. It was just a play here and there that didn't happen, which causes to lose the game. And then versus you can go like a blowout game, then you can sit and be like, well, the coaches didn't really do a good job of preparing the guys, But then like with Kentucky, we don't have much blowout games. All our games, we're always in the games, It's all it literally comes down to like us having to make a play here and there and having to capitalize on the play. So I just think like the perspective on like people may be thinking like Stoops need to get replaced and all that stuff. And then I'm like, Stoops is Kentucky. Like Stoops has established himself at Kentucky football. Like he's done a great job of being a successor to Rich Brooks. I know we had a coach in between that, but obviously we know Rich Brooks was kind of considered one of the best coaches in Kentucky football history. And Coach Stoops was able to come in and did what he did in the time period that he did. So with that, but the only thing I can agree with the fans is just for the frustration after a loss, because I'd be mad too, bro. Like I'd be pissed off, bro. I'd be like, damn, like can we? Cause like me personally, I think South Carolina always dictates the season that Kentucky's gonna have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We lose against South Carolina. It's kind of like we take a bad loss to Vanderbilt, but then we beat South Carolina. We get the Vandy win too, and then we get like a win that we like people don't expect us from happening. So it always come down to that South Carolina game to me, bro. That always kind of dictate like where Kentucky goes. And I don't know what it is about that South Carolina game, and then it kind of pissed me off that fucking Shane Beamer kind of had our number, bro. I'm just like
that goofy glasses, son of a bitch, man. Like I just we haven't once since Stoops made fun of his glasses though. Like that's the thing. That's the joke within the fan base now, man. Like it's like, oh, Stoops.
Wait, he wear glasses now?
Was the scoofy sunglasses, right? That he wears,
Oh, okay,
like that kind of shit.
yeah.
And I think Stoops made fun of it at media day last year, 2 years ago. We haven't beat him since then. So there's like a running joke in the fan base about that.
Man.
But yeah, it's the frustrating thing about, you're right with South Carolina. The frustrating thing about that is that Kentucky has two losses specifically to South Carolina. In 20, was it 22 or 23 with Levis, and he was hurt. Kai Sharon comes in, and like we just went full blown stupid and act like we never played offense before. And then 2 years ago with Leary, when I don't know what they have, 5 picks or something. I don't remember. It's so bad.
I just know, bro. Once the South Carolina game starts out bad, I ain't gonna lie. I changed my channel, bro. Like I can't watch her losing to South Carolina, bro. I think I lost to South Carolina just my freshman year, and I think I went like 3 straight. Like I think we made Steve Spurrier quit, bro. Like you remember he was done after we beat him.
Yeah.
he was done.
Steve Spurrier did not like losing to Kentucky.
He did not. He was so used to him like beating up in Kentucky when he was at UF. Him just losing to Kentucky just boiled his blood. Like he hated that, bro.
I mean, you're from Florida, so you know all about the Gators and that.
I grew up a Florida fan. I saw it. Like I'm not even gonna lie. This is gonna be real funny. Like I was such a Florida fan. I just see him beat Kentucky. So I was like, Kentucky, bro. I'd never go to Kentucky. Like what the hell? Hey, boy.
So funny, now look at what you're wearing. You got the blue and white on. Was it weird playing Florida?
Blue, man.
Was that weird playing Florida as like the first time as a player? Was that weird? Like rooting for them as a kid and then playing them? Or did you just add juice to it?
Yeah, it was just more so like, man, like, cause I knew coming into Kentucky, I knew like first the reason I came to Kentucky, I knew I wanted to play right away. Like it was a place that I knew I was gonna play right away. And that I knew that like it was gonna be against the best competition. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys want to just go to like the best school because of the name, but it's just like me, I just wanted to play. And I knew that like I wanted to play and I wanted to go against good competition. So I knew like Kentucky was the best spot for that. But as far as Florida, yeah, it was just like I said, it was just a blessing, man. Just being able to go against the school. Like, yeah, I didn't go to it, but at least I was able to play against them. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to say like I was a SEC player. And also too, it was just great to have like the family come out and watch the game as well too. Like I had my high school coaches come up and watch the game. Like that was just a game. Like when it was at the Swamp, we was asking everybody. If you wasn't from Florida, you had to give your tickets up. Like, yo, bro, you from Ohio? Give me your tickets. Bro, you from DC? Give me your tickets. Like,
yeah, that's funny. That's funny. So, all right, we'll switch gears. Obviously, we have a whole nother team. We talked the last game of last year. We did a pregame show. Talked to a lot of stuff. Now the roster doesn't even look the same. When you look at that roster and without calling out specific, you don't have to call out specific guys, but when you look at the team last year and then even this year, does it look different to you in terms of accountability, maturity, does that matter? Like, can you have necessarily less talent, but that continuity and discipline matter more and result in better results on the field?
Yeah, man, great question. So I actually breezed over the depth chart today, and bro, I didn't realize how many old guys are on the team, like older guys, especially on the defense side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys that I'm seeing redshirt senior, redshirt junior, you know what I'm saying, or even redshirt sophomore. So I guess you can kind of say like there's a lot of maturity levels on the team, you know what I'm saying? So guys that can hold guys more accountable, you know what I'm saying? And then also it's gonna be like, I feel like this season gonna be like a group effort. I think I heard you guys part of just like, oh, we need a established receiver one. But I'm like, if you really think about it, we haven't really had an established receiver one since we can go way back, maybe like Keenan Burton and them, Randall Cobb, you know what I'm saying? They always kind of been like a group committee where like you get a guy snap this game, you get a guy snap the next game, you know what I'm saying? It ain't always like that same guy that's like snapping. So
even you guys,
yeah, even with us, you know what I'm saying? It's always a different guy, like showing up for the game. So I feel like Kentucky kind of the offense in a sense kind of established its way like that over the years. So obviously I feel like it's gonna be kind of a group effort. But then again, like as the whole team is really just gonna come down to like really like a group effort thing. Like honestly, we can keep it real. We really don't gotta really worry about the defense like that. Like we know Coach Stoops will have our defense ready. Like that's never something that you know what I'm saying?
Bro, if you look at that, you look at the defense, and I know last year we had talent, but I mean, you look at like Tavian Gadsden, Josiah Hayes,
Yes.
those are two like like you played football. You can almost teach. You can't teach like 4.2 speed, but you can teach.
Put them in the right places. You can put them in the right places as well, right?
You can't teach 6'5", 310 that can jump out and has a quick feet and a quick shuttle, right? You can't teach that. Like, that's natural talent.
What I'm saying?
Those two dudes like missed basically the whole year last year because I think they're both up for comeback player of the year. But when you look at guys like Gusta they brought in, Humphrey Grace, the guy from Wyoming, so I look at it as just two things. Like, they brought in some dudes, Cam Olds obviously like went berserk last year against Penn State, which was I mean, I love his physical makeup. But like, when you look at they brought in not like a bunch of talented dudes, but they also brought in 9 guys that were former top 200 players, like, as well.
Did we finish top 10 in the portal? If I'm not mistaken,
number 10.
So 10.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, 10th in the portal, fifth in the SEC. So from the player side, you see fans and talking like some of the fans, not all of them, but they talk kind of the shit that they're talking about, like there's not talent or anything. When you look at the guys they brought in, does it look like they're going? What does that say to you? Like, the type of player they brought in as someone who played the game. What do you think that they're trying to do there?
Well, first and foremost, we gotta, kind of be thankful that Coach Stoops went into that kind of, kind of winning that role of like going again transfer guys, because he know that like the transfer portal has taken over. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to him to going in and getting guys. And then second, also too, that like I think Coach Stoops wanted to get guys that were, like I said, older, guys that can hold each other accountable, guys that are mature, you know what I'm saying, guys that he can, trust. I think trust is like the big thing. Yeah, it'd be good to like bring in young guys to come in and build that up. But I think it'd be better if you already got guys that already done build that trust up on their own, you know what I'm saying? So Coach Stoops can put them out on the field and know that they're gonna be in the right place at the right time, you know what I'm saying? So I think ultimately as they go into like the trust, I just feel like Coach Stoops is like kind of like trusting his team that he's gonna go out with going into this season.
Who's a player that kind of jumps out to you that maybe fans aren't giving enough attention to?
I mean, the guy I'm gonna name, he just gotta make more plays. He know he's a great playmaker. He just gotta get more plays so fans can just get on him. But that's I want to say what is Harley Gilmore, the receiver, number 17. Yeah, we met him. I met him when we went to the Louisville game real quick, and I know he left and then came back.
Kid's like 17 years old too, like
right, young, like super young, and he like trying to go with like the receiver coach and blase, like, man, come here and be the guy. But I mean that's what I'm saying. I'm an offensive guy, so I'm more focused on like knowing the guys on the offensive side. But he's a guy I can't wait to see what Kendrick Law do, bro. I keep seeing him post videos of him. I can't wait to see like me personally going into the game. I might be going too fast, but I know we're gonna talk about like the keys to victory into the season. But ultimately, I just hope that they can make it real easy on Zach and just get him to get the ball out of his hands real quick, get the ball in the playmaker's hand, and let him get active. Make the game just real easy for him. But Harley, Kendrick Law are the two names that I'm like really looking forward to seeing.
I seen some people be like, oh, like Kendrick Law this or at Alabama. I'm like, first of all, you're at Alabama. You're like one of 45 dudes there. Like it's different. He was the number 3 athlete in the nation. It is not like this dude, some scrub guy that came out. Kendrick Law was a top 100 players and number 3 athlete recruit.
We need to turn him to Lynn Bowden.
I mean, it's very possible. I mean, the guy's going to be given. I think they're going to try and give him the ball a lot. They're going to try Lynn and get him in space, right? Some bubble screens, things like that, end arounds. He's got that breakaway speed, but like some of the things, I don't know if you've been to practice or not. I was at practice a couple times, and Troy Stellato was a guy that really kind of pops out.
Oh, okay. I've been hearing about him too, bro.
Sticky fingers.
Yes, I've been hearing about him too, bro.
He was another guy, top 100, top 150. I mean, he was a high. He's a top 200 player, 4-star recruit. Injuries, things like that. Like, and that can derail. JJ Hester's another one, top
that's another guy.
6. I mean, he looks he's got the body of a receiver. I don't think I've seen before in a long time here. He's like what 6'4", 6'5", and he can run like a 4.4.
Damn.
Injuries again. So I look at this team. I feel like this is one of the deepest wide receiving cores.
Yeah, them boys nice, man.
Maybe since you guys were
them
there,
boys, them boys looking nice. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been seeing. I didn't get a chance to see Pratt, but I'm just going off of like what's been posted on social media. You know what I'm saying? It looks like guys are making plays, but it just, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna come down to them calling it in the game and trust. Like this, it comes down to trust. Like just trusting to get those guys the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? They got to be able, like you said, Kendrick Law is a guy that got to be able to touch the ball 8 to 10 times a game. Like it got to be mandatory that he touch the ball 8 to 10 times a game.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Gilmore, he's a guy that like give him, you know what I'm saying, 4 to 5 opportunities a game. You know what I'm saying? Let's see with that. JJ Hester, you know what I'm saying? That's a big side. We got to be able to utilize that in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, it's gonna come down to opportunities. It's gonna come down to, does the coaches trust these guys to give them opportunities? Or are we going to continue to play that conservative football to where, like, you know what I'm saying, it's just whether it's the 65-35 type of offense, you know what I'm saying, the 70-30.
You might see that a lot this year.
I mean, don't trust me.
They got in the stable are
them boys
studs.
nice now. I got them in my notes. Them boys nice now. And, we always had a running game. You know what I'm saying? If you're a running back, you should have Kentucky. You should have Kentucky's on your list. If you're a running back, you should be having Kentucky on your list. Right, exactly. So then also too though, like I'm hearing Zach is a 7th year player. So there we go. It goes back to trust. They gotta trust him to be able to just get the ball in guys' hands real quick, man. Not that conservative stuff, bro.
Look, like the interesting thing about Calzada, like I'll just be honest. Like I think if you when we were looking at the transfer portal and seeing the guys and some of the guys that they were talking about, like Mensah, Mateer, those guys that were being mentioned with Kentucky, they were like the sexy names. And Kentucky brought in I think like 26 players, something like that. Like they had to rebuild.
Right,
the roster.
they had to.
I think if Kentucky had to bring in 10 players, they might have went out and got a $4 million quarterback because they were at that level. You had to go and find somebody that like was a stopgap because Cutter's there, but like. There's a narrative in the fan base that he was a bum and he failed at A&M and he failed at Auburn. The dude gets injured, goes back-to-back coaches fired. Like,
you're right.
You're a player. What are you doing in that situation?
The circumstances is all messed up.
You getting the fuck out of Dodge too, aren't you? In that situation, like, so I think it was Shiaz P. I don't know if you've seen any of his interviews, but if you haven't, you should watch it first. The dude does a Rubik's Cube in like 2 minutes during an interview. I saw him for the first time in Best Buy in Lexington like a month ago. And I was with my wife and kids, and you literally could just be anywhere in Best Buy and just turn around. You would have found him because he was the Yeti walking around in there.
Dude's How tall is he?
6'9", 335.
No way, bro. This is the quarterback we're talking about right now?
No. This is the left tackle.
Oh, okay. My bad.
6'9", 335. But like he was talking about, because this is where I was going with this, because you were saying Calzada's a 7th year senior, and he said we're like the beasts of no nations. And I'm just sitting here, and there's the old guy in me, and I'm almost 40 years old. I've watched a lot of sports, and you see this, and you're just like, listen, I think this season goes one of two ways. This team's either not good and this season just kind of sucks, and then we got to really talk about, then it's uncomfortable about where with a Stoop situation and everything. But like, there's the other thing, like this is also a team where like you're watching and they're on ESPN and game day and they're talking about it because they're a bunch of no-name dudes going out winning.
You're right.
Would you rather have, if you were a teammate, a team full of 4- and 5-star guys or a team full of juniors and seniors, some of them which were top players, maybe they got injured, maybe they just got looked over where they were, because that puts a chip on their shoulder, and guys that had no clout and now are coming to someplace like Kentucky because they're on that fringe of, you might be a second, third, maybe in like in case of Braun or Pete, a first-round draft pick. What would you rather have, a team full of stars or guys that are just like hungry that want to prove something that maybe aren't like the sexy star ranking?
So, man, that's a good question, but it's like a better question. What I would say is like, would I rather have Coach Stoops coaching a team full of 4 or 5 stars, or what I like Coach Stoops coaching like the no name, and I'm gonna go with a no name because again, Coach Stoops does a wonderful job, bro. Like I'm saying, motivating player again, the best out of a player. You know what I'm saying, bringing that chip out of them, letting them know the importance. You know what I'm saying, of Kentucky football, letting them know the importance of how much the fans care about the sport and all that stuff. Like, so I just feel like Coach Stoops is like that perfect coach that can just bring that dog
Josh
out of
Allen.
those. Yes, you know what I'm saying, Josh Allen. But like even like I know Bud was like after with Joker against part of Joker, but Coach Stoops had Bud for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Zadarius Smith. You know what I'm saying? Another. You know what I'm saying? These couple of just naming a couple of guys.
Bud and Zadarius were disgusting for the year they played together.
Crazy,
Kentucky
bro.
Sucked. We're not good.
Yeah, right.
They were good. They were
good.
Crazy.
But so what I'm saying, I think more so like if it comes down to like who's leading these guys, and if it's Stoops, then yeah, you feel me? I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with a no name guy that's looking to make a name, and like you feel me? Guys are starving. Those guys are starving, bro. They like I feel like didn't Coach Stu just said like he feel like this team is like very physical. It's like what he said like
said
along those lines.
Physical, locked in, no injuries. I heard one, not to me, but like one of the guys that I know said like one of the coaches said that they're very it's like professional, right? Like they don't fuck around when they're like we had seen like last year. All these things start coming out. All these guys are missing workouts. The big thing that hit me this week is no one missed voluntary workouts. That to me goes, that's locked in, right? You got no guys missing that. That tells me that a lot of guys are here to want to prove something. And you're right.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You said, let me give you an athlete mindset. Let me give you an athlete mindset. There's no such thing as voluntary workouts. So if guys was missing those voluntary workouts, they really didn't give they didn't give no fucks on what's going on.
There's guys that miss.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, there's no everybody that plays sports. No, they gotta say voluntary workouts because of like the compliance rules. So I'm giving y'all some inside scoop here. There's different terminology that needs to be used so teams don't get fined, so teams don't get in trouble.
Sure.
So they gotta say it's voluntary, but bro, there's no such thing as voluntary workouts. So when I'm hearing guys are missing that's when I know I was just like, all right, these guys don't care. It's a huge red flag, bro.
Why do you think? Put your media hat on for a minute. Why do you think? As someone who played for Stoops, and like one of the things that I see, why do you think Stoops allowed some of that with some of the bigger guys? Do you think it was just trying to change and get bigger, like type players and change? And
you said why he was letting the big name stars get away with it?
Yeah. Why do you think that happened? I know Lynn did some stuff, but Lynn was different, and I know Wilcox did. Guys are different. Like if it's one or two. Maybe it's because of like where they came from or how they grew up or just being young, right? But if it's like captains, like some of this I know last year were captains. Why do you think Stoops had like that was allowed to go on? Like put the media hat and just kind of, why do you think that was that happened?
So man, I don't know. I don't know if I can give you from I don't know if I can put my media hat on that. I just know that like, with Coach Stoops, bro, if you a baller and you make plays, you're tend to get away with a lot of things, bro. That Coach Stoops always been like that. Like Coach Stoops usually had meetings with us. Like he used to be like, "Yo, I don't give a damn if you gotta do this and that, but you gotta make sure you guys are being respectful. Make sure you guys are on time. Make sure you guys doing all this and that." But going back to like him letting certain guys get away with things, that literally only comes down to like those guys was like making plays. You know what I'm saying? If you a guy that's like you're not getting no playing time, you know what I'm saying? You're doing stuff on the side of those guys getting kicked out of those guys are getting made. They make an example out of those guys. But like you said, you just named some guys that literally like made big time plays for us. So Coach Stoops not gonna really say anything to those guys.
Well, it's different too, right? Like when you have captains that like when
captains, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of I don't know about that. I don't know what you guys are thinking about that.
About this too, like you could get away with certain stuff, but like I feel like with you guys, it was within reason, right? Like
for sure.
Wouldn't just not show up, right? Like you might let.
That's far left. Not showing up is far like you know what I'm saying. The worst we can do is like I missed class or something, or I left class early. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I didn't go to I had a tutoring session. I missed my tutoring session. But missing a workout, missing like missing anything like football related, that's insane, bro.
Do you think
We
the
did.
NIL stuff had anything to play with that? Where it's just like maybe there was, and I'm just asking. This is all
No,
hypothetical. I don't know this.
you asking good questions, bro. You asking good questions.
You're Kentucky. You've got a bunch of big dudes. You're starting to get some bigger dudes. The NIL era's in. You got the portal. You can just leave. Like, do you think some of it was just a little bit of fear of like it's a bad look, and then you go 4-8, and you're like, well, fuck. You know what's a bit worse look than catering to these shitheads is going 4-8, right? Do you think that played it? And Stoops kind of needed that kind of
1,000%, bro. 1,000%. Now it's kind of like it sucks, bro, but it's kind of like you kind of got to be soft for the kids because it's like you got to be like, well, if I'm too hard on them, this guy might come into me like he want to hit the transfer on him. You know, he want to transfer. So it's kind of like being more lenient, but it's like Coach Stoops seeing that it's easy to replace guys. If guys don't want to be here, they're more than happy to go. It's a ton of guys out there that would love your scholarship, that would love to come and play. Right? He gotta have that mindset. And then, like I said, all of this is new for him. All of this is new for all of us, bro. All of this is new for you. It's new for me. I'm still learning. I'm still learning the process. I went to Kentucky last year and kind of had a breakdown of the NIL, and it blew my mind, bro. It literally blew my mind, bro. It blew my mind. Like, shout out to my boy, Barry and Brown. I'm a huge fan, but I heard he was making like $100K a month. Like, it was something crazy, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. So bro, you literally hit everything on the bud, bro. Like, it's all that factors into like the way coaches coach now, you know what I'm saying, how they approach the kids now, you know what I'm saying, what's being exposed to them, you know what I'm saying? But again, coach still gotta be like, F it, bro. Like, you want to be here, then be here. If you don't want to be here, you're easy replaceable, bro. We can literally have somebody in here the next, like, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Kind of have that, gotta kind of have that mindset.
Do you think that I just thought about this as we're talking and you're saying that. I don't know why I didn't think about this either, because now I feel like a basic bitch for not thinking about this 6 months ago. But like two things happened today. You just said that. Somebody else said Kentucky needs to be like the Iowa of the SEC. Tough, physical. Maybe they don't play the sexiest football, but they win a lot of games, right? Like everyone makes fun of Iowa. Everybody makes fun of Iowa, but they're playing in a Big Ten title game, right? Like, you're like, I'll cut your left arm winning 10-6 to go play in Atlanta, right? Like, and every Kentucky fan would say that. Like, here's my arm, go do it, right?
Right.
Do you think Kentucky, instead of with the portal season now, obviously we want to get guys and young guys and keep them because you have to have that. But do you think Stoops, this could be a trend if this is successful, like how if they have a good year this year of going and finding guys from, you know, the group of 5 and maybe some maybe bigger recruits that didn't make it or were hurt? Like, do you think Kentucky's like that's their in potentially, instead of trying to go get the 5-star guys, going that route and getting the guys that are already developed, they're mature and everything, developing some guys along the way, but that's how they build their roster in this portal era?
Yeah, for sure, man. We gotta kind of look at this season as a trial run. Obviously, we want to win games. I want to point that out first. We want to win games, but we also got to look at it, see it as a trial run, see what works. Again, this is all new to us, bro. This is the first year we're seeing Stoops do something like this, where he brought in a whole bunch of guys that are new, guys that didn't come in, and he was able to kind of develop. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no guys that's do we even got any guys that going on 3rd, 4th year at Kentucky that's even starting, bro? I know we probably got like one on. Is it on offense or defense?
One on offense. We got Caddis, Burton, I think, are the only 2 on offense. But we got guys back. So like Willie Rodriguez is back.
Right. And I know our backup quarterback is back too, right?
Cutter, Willie Rodriguez is gonna be a problem this year.
He gonna be a problem? So now what I'm saying, bro. So
and
like,
a lot on the defense. We got a lot of dudes on the defense.
A lot on the defense that are new, right? That are new.
No, we got a lot of new and old. Like our secondary, you got Ty Bryant. I think he's third year. Jordan Lovett, I think, is either in his fourth or fifth year. JQ Hardaway's 3rd year. Chance of Dunn's in his 3rd year. So
that's amazing, bro.
Devin Rayner's in his 5th year. Alex Safari is either in his 4th or Alex Safari is a dude, by the way, doesn't even look the same. He came out, he was the number 8 athlete coming out of high school. He went from safety, like corner safety, and now he's playing linebacker. He's put on like 25 pounds. The dude doesn't
that's that Kentucky program, bro. Everybody, coach.
He still runs like a 4.4 at 230. And he's
yeah,
6'3".
bro.
That's a big boy.
Hey, like I said, but I ain't no words on the defense because Coach Stu's leading them boys. It's just you like every other year, bro. Every year, what's the offense gonna do? What is our identity? You know what I'm saying? What is gonna be our identity on offense? You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully, I'm hoping that that we're able to just get the ball in the playmaker hands, bro. Like we can go in and the guys, we can go into a game and Kendrick Law know that like I'm gonna get 8 to 10 touches. Gilmore, I know I'm gonna get 4 to 5. You know what I'm saying? JJ Hester, the running backs between them, you know what I'm saying? They gonna get they face their fair share of carries. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping me personally, I can hope Zach can maybe throw the ball 30 times a game. You know what I'm saying? I won't be mad at that. Between, you feel me? Maybe 30. You know what I'm saying?
25 to, I mean, it depends.
25 to 30. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Cause like me, I know my bad. I ain't mean to cut you off. I know that so I know so SEC football, I know you're gonna get between like 60 to 70 plays. And I remember when I got in the Big 12, it was like 80 to 90 plays. You know what I'm saying? It was something crazy, bro.
You went for Kentucky to Lincoln Riley. We'll have to talk about that at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Culture shock.
Hey, no, it was crazy. I was just like I said, and then like it was crazy seeing like the difference between the straight programs too, like versus like how a SEC program like prepares you for a season versus like how a Big 12 team like I kind of like Big 12 training program was kind of preparing you for like a marathon. Like it was so much running, but then like the SEC program is like weight, resistant runs, you know what I'm saying? Putting on a lot of weight, moving a lot of weight, resistant run, like bulking up, because we know it's going to be like smash down football versus Big 12, everything spread out, you know what I'm saying? We were running up and down, you know what I'm saying? So
you play with some dudes in Oklahoma too, CeeDee Lamb, Baker Mayfield.
Bro, they got CD I just seen CD posted on his Instagram year 6. I'm like, dang, bro, I remember when you was a freshman, like
inside you
was a
I'm
freshman.
Old. Fuck,
what? I'm like, damn, you going into year 6? I'm like, dang, bro. I remember you came in Hollywood. It was Hollywood first year. We had Mark Andrews and Cody Ford was my locker mates. Mark, they was on this side. Like I was like in the middle of them. Orlando Brown wasn't too far from me. Like I said, man, it was a fun time with them guys. I know we went far left, but yeah, it was a fun time with those guys.
You just so happened to go meet the monster, the juggernaut, right when it was starting to form in Georgia.
Yeah, man, but it's crazy because we should have easily won that game though, bro. If you go back and look at it,
it was a crazy game.
You know what I'm saying? We was supposed to go up
you were up 31-17.
It was supposed to be 31. No, it was supposed to be 31-13 going into halftime. Corrali told the kicker to squib it, but then they ended up it didn't go past the first line. So they ended up getting a late second field goal before halftime. So that momentum, and then it was getting ball after the half. So they got a field goal and it was getting the ball, and then it turned into the Sony Michel Nick Chubb show, bro. It was crazy.
No, I mean that just goes to show you on the SEC. If you got, it's almost in college ball. It's almost more deadly if you have 2 running backs than if you have big wide receivers. Unless you're LSU in 2019.
Yeah, unless you're like right.
Roster is full of NFL guys.
Right. No, but you're totally right, bro. You're totally right.
Well, you played defense, I'm sure, in like high school, right?
I had to study it, so I know defense like the back of my hand too as well.
Did you play in high school?
So this is a funny story, bro. So in high school, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was too much of a pretty boy, bro. I just wanted to score touchdowns. Like I didn't want to get touched, bro. So they try to put typical wide receiver, bro. So they try to put me on defense. They try to put me at safety. But I remember we played this one team. It was this big old running back, bro. He like went through the hole, and it was just me and him, and I whiffed so bad, bro.
You're like, nah, I'm good.
I whiffed on the tackle so bad, and then my coach was like, man, hell no, like you just an offensive player. And it sucked, bro, because if I would have played defense, we would have been a way better team. Cause we had other guys that played both sides of the ball, but I was literally just our whole offense, but I should have played defense.
Funny, I was asking that because when you got 2 guys, like Kentucky's got 2 guys that are the size of linebackers. I mean, 6'2", 6'1", 220, 230. Like those are you're just talking about a big running back, right? Like that's not a guy you want to play against. I mean, you basically got a linebacker running the ball.
Hey, they gonna be tackling them in the first quarter, but when they get to the third, fourth quarter, them boys ain't gonna want to be tackling that no more.
No. Well, let's kind of talk. Let's switch gears about that. And talk about Toledo. Obviously, you've played against, Georgia in a playoff game, but you've also played against MAC schools and things like that. My thing is, I look at the roster. I'm not saying Toledo's not a talented team. They're like, oh, they beat Mississippi State last year. Okay, great. Like, with respect to Mississippi State,
Mississippi State was having a bad year last year.
Sucked. Like, respectfully, they were trash. Oh, they beat Pitt. Great. They beat a mid-tier ACC team. Congratulations. Like, half the ACC is as good as the MAC. Good job. So it's like, some people are like, oh, I think the line came down from like 10 to 7.5. But if you look at the bettors, like the bettors are all bet. It's like 92% Kentucky. It's not like there's like this huge swath of people betting Toledo. But the number one thing I look, and this is where I think you'll agree with me, the biggest difference between someone like Kentucky and Toledo is the size. Their biggest D lineman is 6'5", 292. Kentucky's smallest offensive lineman is 6'7", 310.
That's our smallest old lineman?
That's our well, not height. Well, height-wise, not.
Yeah. I could tell. Yeah, weight-wise.
310. 6'7", 310. He's our right tackle. Our interior is 6'4", 335, 6'6", 330, and 6'5", 320. And our left tackle is 6'9", 329, whatever, something like that. Like,
that's what we're going in the season with?
Monsters on the. So when you look at that, and then you got Dowdell, who's 6'2", 230. You got McGowan, who's 6'1". I think he's like 220, 225, something like that. You've got those guys. You've got that size just on the line. I mean, and I didn't look at their offensive line because the MAC usually has really good size offensive linemen. They're pretty good at that. But Kentucky's got a bunch of dudes between 6'3" to 6'6" at 300 pounds, right? Like, they got a bunch of those dudes, and they're 8 deep. They can run 4 and 4, and there's not a big drop off. That's the biggest difference right there in the game, right?
The biggest difference, it always comes down to the front seven. Like, it's all that's literally just the difference. And you just going off those numbers, bro. We gotta establish dominance on both sides of the ball. That's established dominance.
You're the OC. The sexy play with the fan base would be play action and try and nut shot them first play on offense. That's the sexy thing to do. But if you're the OC and you see that size advantage, the first thing that you do is just go, I'm running them right down their damn throat 10 plays.
Yeah, I'm about to say, my first play, well, I'm thinking about when Boone opened the season up on that touchdown. Who we playing, bro?
Was it Louisiana?
Was it Louisiana Lafayette when he opened the season up, first play of the game? So what we did was, I think it was in 12 personnel, and then the outside receiver to the left, he literally just, like, on the snap of the ball, he just came down and, like, cracked down the safety. He, like, left the cornerback alone, came down and cracked the safety, and then boom, just literally went through the hole. That'll be amazing to see. We can pop something open like that. But I love that play action deep ball too.
But like, man, you're a wide receiver, of course you're gonna.
We're right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in the huddle like giddy up and like, yes, let's go. Cause like you said, the guys today, Monday, by Wednesday, Thursday, all the guys are gonna know what the first 15 plays gonna be of the game. So like I said, by Wednesday, Thursday, everybody gonna know what the first play of the game gonna be like. So they, you know what I'm saying? That should be something.
Do those 50 plays go in order, or do they shuffle?
Yeah, they shuffle like this. You know, it's the first 15 plays. They want to get it called. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, like, you can call. Let's say you can call the first 2 plays of the play sheet, right? And then now we at like 31. So you're not. So the third play on the 15 probably not a good 31 call. So he's going to shift over to like the third and short section of his play sheet and call that. But then like ultimately he'll go back to, like, if we get the first down, he'll go back to that. Or if it's a 3 and out, coming back to the next drive, he'll go back to the first 15 plays. But yeah, ultimately the 15 play get ran. But like I said, it can bounce around for sure, depending on the down and distance.
When you would play early on in Kentucky, obviously when they were building, you would play some of the dominant teams. Would you see a size difference and know, like, this is maybe not going to, like, would you think that as a player, like, this might not go our way? Or even if it wasn't like a big thought, would that cross your mind?
Yeah, it was just I wouldn't say side different, because I feel like we stacked up nice against sides against the other guys. It was just more like an experience thing, bro. It was just more so like I said, going back to like creating the identity. We didn't have an identity at all. You know what I'm saying? We were just going off of what Coach Stoops was telling us, going off what Coach Stoops was motivating us to do, you know what I'm saying? And then trying to establish like a culture, you know what I'm saying? Trying to establish like what Coach Stoops was trying to bring to Kentucky. So it was never like, oh, man, we going against, you know what I'm saying, these guys might be bigger than us. It was just more so like, man, these guys kind of been already together, you know what I'm saying? They already, like the Georgias of the world, the Tennessees, the Floridas, you know what I'm saying? It was already kind of established, and we were trying to build that. We were trying to create something.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's where I see this game going. How do you kind of see the game? I personally 7.5. I'm betting
the spread is 7.5.
Spread 7.5. I think it's
that's crazy.
I think a couple things. One, I'll give you my 2 cents. I think there's a lot of ignorance about this Kentucky roster. I don't think they realize. I think there's ignorance and unknown. A lot of it is unknown. Some of it is ignorance. When you bring 26 guys together, you know, I think there's a way of thinking, hey, this, like, maybe they don't gel. Maybe it's the wrong guys. You know, all 26 aren't going to be, you know, we're not going to fight 26 times the rough we do. We're going to go to the playoffs. That's even crazy. But, like, I think it's ignorance, and I think some of it is just unknown. Toledo brings back a lot of guys. They're a little bit of a sexy pick because they beat Pittsburgh in the bowl game, like 6 overtimes or something. But, like, I take bowl games with such a grain of salt now because half the players
nobody plays
anymore,
nobody plays in bowl games, bro.
So when you look at this game, if you just take the size and what you know about the skill positions, and obviously they have our old running back trainer from last year, but what's the line like, you know, all that. Where do you see this game going? And is this a game you're in the least bit worried about Kentucky losing?
Yeah, man. Again, this is a game that really got to set the tone for the season, man. I'm really hoping, God. I'm really hoping we can come out and literally just set the tone. Like, it's crazy that the spread is 7.5. I about to say my prediction. I had us winning 38-10. I thought it was gonna be a 38-10 victory by us.
I like.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I had. But again, man, I'm just really hoping that we can establish dominance on defense. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get some turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully if we do give up points, it ain't until like the fourth quarter or something. You know what I'm saying? And then also too, like the offense, I'm really finna be paying attention to the offense because I just want to see like how are we getting the ball in guys' hands, man. I don't want to go in here and kind of see kind of how Kentucky's been like when going in. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know who's gonna be the feature player. We don't know what this guy gonna do. Or it can be a week where like somebody does do good and then he goes missing for like 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm just hoping that, again, I'm gonna keep saying that we establish dominance. Like Coach Stu say, this is a physical team. We would like to see that Saturday, first week of the season, how dominant, how physical this team is. Like I said, it's a lot of maturity on this team. There's a lot of guys I've been hearing holding each other accountable. Guys are showing up to everything. It's been a good buzz. You know what I'm saying? Coach Stu's been saying all the right things. You know what I'm saying? Getting guys to believe, which he always done. And also too, like you're saying, this is a season that we're going in without Coach Mero for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Coach Stoops is going into good season without his right hand man. So we got to be able to see like how that goes. But again, man, I got a lot of trust. I think we're gonna do what we need to do so we can go in and get our eyes on this Ole Miss game. You know what I'm saying? We got to go and handle this business so we can, you know what I'm saying, really.
I was talking about that last night on the space. It was, you know, if Kentucky can come out and like at least look the part.
At least look, right? Just be like, yo,
like
give
38,
at least
10,
look.
38-13, something like that.
Yeah.
38-17 right? Like
I even take Juice had 28-7. I'll take 28-7.
I mean,
yeah.
Look the part that you're competent and you can do stuff. Play mistake-free football. Don't have stupid turnovers.
Yes.
And I think the Ole Miss game is one of those games where the fan base gives you the juice. They're like, all right, we're going to invest in this game, and we're going to see where that goes. And they win that game, then I think it's like lights the fires, and where Kentucky could be off and to have a good season. I think Ole Miss is the inflection point. If Kentucky loses, I mean, I guess like it's possible, but if they were to lose against Toledo, I think it's a dumpster fire. Like this fan base is just.
Bro, you want to know what's crazy? This kind of remind me of my last year, and our first 2 games was Southern Miss and Florida, and you know how that turned out. We lost to Southern Miss, and I don't know how that happened either, and we got drugged by Florida. It was that 3:30 CBS game. We got
you were down by what, 14 to New Mexico State or something?
Oh man, you feel me? And it's crazy because we ended that season 7-5. We started 0-2, and we finished 7-5. So I know I'm not
Stevie Johnson.
Stevie came in and saved our season, but again, I'm not saying that because I think that's going to happen. Ultimately I think we're gonna start off 2-0, but like I said, we're not finna jump the course. You know what I'm saying? Eyes are on Toledo this week. Again, I think, like you said, bro, mistake-free football, bro. Clean. I want clean on offense. Defense, I want everybody in the right spots, everybody where they need to be, you know what I'm saying? Tackling. I don't want to see too many missed tackles. I want guys, like I said, I want to see a physical team. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a physical led Coach Stoops Kentucky football team. That's what I want to see.
As much as I would love to see that 80-yard bomb or something like that to start the season,
right.
like everybody, I almost would rather them line them up and punch them in the mouth and just
punch them in the mouth.
Lay the wood down of that. You go on a 9-play drive and take their heart. You could take their heart in the first, like where that D-line knows there's no way we're stopping this no matter what. And then they start blitzing and then you start hitting them over the top, make them do that. Kentucky that's what you guys would thrived on, right? You had Benny, you had C-Rod, and
Boom Williams,
right?
JoJo.
You guys thrived in running the ball and then just smacking them over the top. And so in Louisville, I think at first play that Juice got loose, they loaded the box and Steve went play pump and go.
Bro, I'm talking about we literally ran that play in practice. The defense gave us the right look, so we knew what to look for. So that's why in the video Steven smiled. He made a little he did he smiled. He was just
I love this shit.
Bro, it was just bro, these motherfuckers really finna show us what we seen in practice. Okay, bet.
I would also like to point out I think you were also wide open on that throw and he just threw it to Juice instead.
Nah, bro. So no, ultimately I was the decoy guy. I was the guy that went in motion. So I went in motion, and everybody was like, they thinking we finna start the game off with a jet sweep. Yeah, they think we starting the game off with a jet sweep. So everybody shifted down, and then Juice say,
I'm not gonna lie though, you may not like Florida. I've never seen anyone hate Florida more than Juice. Like that,
bro.
That dude hates Florida so much.
Yeah, bro. They disrespected them, bro. They disrespected all of us, bro. But yeah, and then shout out to Muschamp for coming out and owning up to being a man and owning up and saying that he should have, you know what I'm saying, recruited Juice or whatnot, and you know what I'm saying, blase. He went about it the wrong way, but yeah, man, it's always F Florida, bro.
Well, man, this Orlando boy talking shit about the swamp. I'm a Florida boy too, man. So I hate Florida.
Hey.
I've always hated Florida. So yeah, I get it. All right, dude, man. I'm excited for this.
Wonderful, bro. Great.
We don't get to talk. We don't have to hypothetically talk shit next week. It's gonna be we're either gonna get over here and be crying or over here I said there's three things. Kentucky winning close, I think, is going to make the fan base very anxious. So,
I'm not even gonna lie, I don't want a close game, bro. I don't want to. At least give me 17 plus. Because I'm 14 is kind of, you know what I'm saying, a 28. It depends.
It depends on how that 14 ends. If it's
right
7 and then they score late and win by 14, but if they're up
21, okay, yeah.
And the scrubs come in and then they punch one in
I'm
with
45
seconds left. Okay,
yes, I'm here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
It's how it looks.
It's how it looks.
Matters. Yeah. Nothing will set this fan base up better than if Kentucky could come out and do something like a 45-14 type game where they're just look good, man. No sacks,
man.
At least on the starting, no sacks, get to the quarterback, 4 or 5 sacks, lots of tackles for loss. The offensive line goes, we rush for 250 yards, throw for another 200, that kind of a thing. Everybody be like, bring on Lane Kiffin's bitch ass. Let's go. So
I can see that. I can see that happening though, bro. I can truly see that happening. Like you said, it can happen both ways, but we on the positive end on it. Like I said, I got them guys winning way more than 7 points though. That's crazy.
I agree, man. All right, dude. Looking forward to it. Appreciate everyone for jumping on. We'll be back next week with another episode. Go Cats, and we're gonna have a lot of shit to talk because no matter what happens next week, there's gonna be some storylines with the games coming up. It's so much to talk about. I'm looking forward to it, man. Wait, real quick though, what are some big matchups real quick this weekend that we look forward to? What we got? Ohio State. Texas, Alabama,
man, but that's a 12:00 game though, right?
No, night game. No.
Wait, no.
Tennessee. You got Auburn and Baylor Friday. You got Ohio State, Texas, Alabama.
I'm saying the Ohio State, Texas game at 12.
No, that game's at night.
I could have thought it was at 12, bro.
I think the Tennessee game's the one at night.
Yeah, I think the Ohio State Texas game at 12, bro. I think they did bad on rescheduling that. And then Florida State, Alabama, I think at like 3:30.
Oh, it is at 12. You're right. It is at 12.
They wild out. Yeah, they wild out
right.
with that, bro.
It starts.
It's like it's garbage, bro. Garbage. That should have been like a 3:30 game or something.
At least.
They should have gave the Florida State and Alabama game at 12 o'clock, but that's the 3:30 game.
Yeah, that's the 3:30 game.
LSU
Clemson's the night game. Yep.
Okay.
And then you've got Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Notre Dame, Miami, both on Sunday.
Notre Dame, Miami. Sunday? That's a Sunday game?
Sunday, yeah. And then I think you have North Carolina versus TCU.
Oh, Monday. I know that.
On Monday.
Yeah, that's Monday. That's Monday, yeah.
Yeah,
bro. We're gonna have some. Yeah, we're gonna have some. Yeah, we're gonna have some. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, a lot of coming, and we're gonna have Juice on here too, bro. So he's gonna be good.
All right. Oh yeah,
it's gonna be great, bro.
We're gonna get loose next week.
We're gonna get loose.
Appreciate it, Jeff. We'll talk next week. Appreciate everyone for listening. Go Cats.
Appreciate you. Go Cats, man. Let's get it.
Until next time, keep cheering, keep listening, and keep bleeding blue.